Good evening. Welcome to the January 8th Valley View School Board meeting. I would ask Mr. Zach, why don't you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance since you're standing so tall here tonight. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Member Campbell, do you have the mission statement up? All right. We'll give you a second.
All right. Our mission is to empower all learners to be college and career ready and to develop, grow, and achieve as productive citizens.
Thank you. Dr. Mitchell, agenda.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to ask that the board approve the agenda as presented.
Motion?
So moved.
Motion. Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Aye. Grizafi, the treasurer's report.
Yes, Treasurer's Action Report 5.1 is the monthly report is prepared by Joanne Borg. It includes the usual financial reports, balance sheets, summary of revenue and expenditures, as well as the interim obligation payments, along with a single debt service payment. Total interim obligation payments for the month of December, $4,856,554.29.
Motion? We have a motion. We need a second.
Second.
We have a second. Roll call vote, please.
Member Perrell?
Yes.
Member Gilbo?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes.
Schedule of bills for January 2018 represents 6 separate funds. Total bills payable, $4,052,814.27.
Motion to accept?
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Gilbo?
Yes.
Member Perrell?
Yes.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yep. Gary, the
Yep.
informationals.
Remaining reports, summary of investments, property taxes received, state funding update, as well as all schools trust account activity are there for your information, and if you have any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Grizafi? I'm not going to ask the usual because it's lower than normal, so I'll be happy with that. Moving down the agenda, consent agenda items. Dr. Mitchum.
Yes, I'd like to ask the board to approve consent agenda items 6.1 through 6.4, 6.1 board meeting minutes 12/11/17, 6.2 executive session meeting minutes 12/11/17, 6.3 gifts for Independence Elementary, Oakview Elementary, and Romeoville High School, and 6.4 trips for Bolingbrook High School.
Motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Perrell?
Yes.
Member Gilbo?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Next, audience participation. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to address the board this evening? 3, 2, 1. Seeing no one, moving down the agenda, student due process cases. Dr. Mitchum.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd ask the board to approve student due process cases A as amended.
Motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Gilbo?
Yes.
Member Perrell?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Next up, board policies report. Ms. Kinder.
Yes, sir. With this action report 9.1, we're seeking the board's approval on resolution 1801 and policies 260 and 520, which are being presented for approval in alignment with the Illinois School Code, and these do have a deadline in order to be approved. These have been reviewed by our legal counsel, and they are our uniform grievance procedure and our workplace harassment prohibited.
Thank you.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
Motion second. Is there any discussion on this? I think we were fairly compliant in the first place, but the state changed their laws, so we have to abide by their rulings.
Yeah, it's just a routine to update with the school code.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and second. Any discussion? If none, roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell?
Yes.
Member Gilbo?
Yes.
Member Perro?
Yes.
Secretary Sikora?
Yes.
Vice President Zach?
Yes.
President Quigley?
Yes. Platform Survey Panorama.
Yes, information regarding the Panorama Survey Platform was presented at our December 11th board meeting. And at this time, we are seeking your approval of the purchase of this Panorama Survey Platform. Information contained in the report contains the proposal and rationale, as well as the areas that it would target, allowing us to collect information from not only students, but staff, and to use for community voice as well. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have this evening.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Subject to attorney review.
Subject to attorney
Excuse me, I'd like to ask for your approval, subject to attorney review. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. You need a
Counsel.
motion?
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a second. I just had one question. In looking at this, the line is struck minus $4,000. Did you negotiate something better? Did they amend their pricing? When was the deal with that? It's only $60,000, but.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what that reduction was for, but I believe it was in looking at a longer term of the contract, but we will certainly review that and make
Okay, I'm
sure
just
it's a
curious, yeah.
reduction and not an addition.
Nice to know, right?
Okay, I had a
All right,
question.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay, I had a question. This is starting at the junior high and high school level first and then moving down to elementary. Is that right, or am I imagining that?
Well, we do have
We're
different areas where
piloting now.
we're going to pilot. And I think it's at elementary, I believe.
Okay.
And that's a school that has, volunteered to pilot. And so I can,
Now, is it going on now, the pilot?
it is not going on now. We have teams that have reviewed them, but we have not actually used the survey tool yet. But I have Erica Ekstrom, she's the Executive Director of Student Services, speak to that specifically, so
And
I
she
can
is
give you
walking down
the
and
I just have,
correct
I mean,
information.
it's a stupid idea, but why are we approving this if we haven't piloted it yet?
It is at,
This is the buffer.
Okay, thanks.
oops. We have had teams who have taken all levels who have taken a look at it as well as looked at the questions. It is, we are looking to use it at all grade levels, 3rd through 12th grade. The pilot is for the logistics of the implementation at a large scale implementation, but we did have a diverse stakeholder group who was here at the presentation. So in terms of using it for its questions, for its appropriateness for students, for its teacher friendliness, for its impact on buildings able to use it, we do feel that it is a much better tool than the current tool that we have. We wanted to partner with our data and assessment team just to work out the logistics of the kinks prior to a large all 21 building implementation.
So we're not piloting like we do a book or a series. We're piloting to get the kinks out of it before we use it, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. The fee that we pay, is that a yearly fee?
It
Or
is
is it a
a-
one-time fee?
It's both. There is a one-time user implementation fee, but then there is a yearly cost to it because there is a fee for the upkeep of the data management, the grading of the survey, the data warehouse of all that information. It is a yearly cost.
Is it the same as the initial fee?
I did not bring my computer down. I would be happy to meet with you afterwards to go through what the proposal is for what all the fee structure looks like.
Okay, and then I know Erica, I talked to you a little bit about this beforehand and got some information on it, but as far as the staff and who uses it, is it on a as-need basis? Like if they choose to use it to help the curriculum? Because I know a lot of teachers are overburdened at this time with a lot of stuff that's put upon them, and is it something that they can use as a tool, or is it something that is going to be mandatory?
Currently, right now, we are using it, our proposal is to use it to replace the current social emotional survey that we have right now. And it would
And
be
Erica, I'm sorry to interrupt, for our students.
for our students. So currently, right now, we do have a survey that we administer to our students every year. This would be a reduction in time for instruction. So this would be less instructional time lost for our students, and it would be administered in much the same way that we currently administer, where the results would go to the Student Support Impact Team in order to monitor interventions, to see what students need additional support. In terms of teachers having voluntary access to use the information to support them, that would be that voluntary basis. But we are looking to replace a tool that we currently already have because Panorama provides us much more in-depth information than our current tool does.
Yeah, this is not a teacher survey, this is a student survey, and we previously used the NIU survey.
Correct.
And this one,
But we do have measures that are included in the platform that we could use in the future for a teacher survey, but that is not in our initial phase of implementation. But really, that's one of the powerful things about the platform is that you can survey families, students, and teachers to get a well-rounded perspective in terms of social emotional needs, in terms of the environment, in terms of students' ability to learn.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was something that was useful, that they wanted to use, and not something that was over taxing them. So if it is used in that capacity, I think it's a good thing.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Gilbo,
Yes.
Member Peril,
Yes.
Member Campbell,
Yes.
Secretary Sikora,
Yes.
Vice President Zach,
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes. Ms. Hawks?
Thank you, President Quigley. Action report this evening, 10.1 is the consolidated action report for certified and classified personnel. We're seeking your approval on 32 items for certified personnel, 30 items for classified personnel, and 2 for classified administrative personnel.
Motion to accept.
So moved.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Member Peril,
Yes.
Member Campbell,
Yes.
Member Gilbo,
Yes.
Secretary Sikora,
Yes.
Vice President Zach,
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes. Mr. Grizafi?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I
Oh,
have
I'm
one
sorry, you
more.
got a second one.
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry.
Action report 10.2 this evening, resolution number 1802. We're recommending that the board consider and approve the adoption of the resolution to authorize dismissal of educational support personnel employee for reasons other than reduction in force.
Motion?
So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Member Campbell,
Yes.
Member Gilbo,
Yes.
Member Peril,
Yes.
Secretary Sikora,
Yes.
Vice President Zach,
Yes.
President Quigley.
Yes. Now, Mr. Grizafi, what the riveting auditing,
Just an information report alerting you to the receipt of a renewal proposal from our current auditors, Evans, Marshall, and Pease. They are proposing fees as outlined in the memorandum for the next 3 years. Reminder, 3 years ago, we put out an RFP for auditors. At that time, we received 6 responses. Evans, Marshall, and Pease was the lowest by about $10,000. And even with this renewal, they would still be $9,000 less than our next lowest from 3 years ago. And so we've been pleased with their services. We see no reason to change at this point. They've only been our auditors for 3 years. I would say maybe after the next go-round, we can consider going back out for maybe a fresh set of eyes. But I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay with the proposal.
anybody have any comments or questions? I've stated before, I think, 3 or 4 years is enough, but if you think we're getting good service, 6 years seems like an awful long time for an auditing firm. But if the rest of the board is okay with it, and you don't want to go out, do you want to go out for an RFP or RFQ?
I would prefer not to. I think they've proven themselves. They've done a very good job for us, and the price is really hard to beat. I think we were with Wormer prior to Evans, and I think we were with them for at least 5, if not 6 years.
Was it 5? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Anybody else have any comments or questions? That'll be on the subsequent agenda, correct? If anybody has any questions or comments, get a hold of Gary. That'll be subject to attorney review, of course. What else do we have? AFT report. No, I'm sorry, Legal Services report.
No formal report.
Thank you. AFT report. Thank you. Valley View Council, no report, correct? Personnel Council. Nope, there is a report. No report. She's just walking down here. Old business before the board this evening. Any new business before the board this evening? Any questions of the public on actions we have taken this evening? Aha. Please state your name and where you're from.
Good evening. Let's see my speech. Okay. Good evening, senior leadership and members of the school board. My name is Diane Duncan, and I've been a paraprofessional in the district since February of 1996. Tonight, in your approval of Action Report 10.1, you approved my retirement for the end of the school year 2020. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank you guys for this wonderful job that I've had over all these years and the opportunity to work with some great people, one of which is Rhonda Wallace right up there, my partner in crime. She's retiring with me. You've approved hers too. By the end of my career, I calculate it's going to be privileged to have taught nearly 300 children, and that's been amazing. So I look forward to finishing up this year and the next 2 years with positive and hardworking attitude. So thank you.
And Diane is very, very active in the Valley View Enrichment Foundation and very active in the community as well. So thank you for all you have done for the district and the chitlins that we educate and all that kind of good stuff.
May I add that I think the retiring class of 2020 will be one of the finest classes retiring in the history of the district.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but we will look into that. We may have a survey done to evaluate comparative years and ones going forward. That, what do we have here? Oh, under announcements. This is one we like. I'll just read it. To Dr. James Mitchum from Mr. Derek Kinder. Romanville High School seeks your approval of a check for $1,000 from the Hampton Park Social and Athletic Club. This donation will be used to alleviate cheerleading fees for the program. It will especially help struggling families, I'm going to put something in there, who have children in cheer. This request is in compliance with Board Policy 8-80. As a member of the Hampton Park Social and Athletic Club, I would strongly recommend that we accept that check for $1,000. Oh, so this is the letter that you got back. Okay. I may have missed that meeting.
Thank you, Principal Kinder.
Thank you, Mr. Kinder, and for sharing that. I will, since we're on the Hampton Park, and we got a couple minutes here, it's a group of local individuals who raise money for youth sports programs. They do a fantastic job. It is Romeoville based at the Hampton Park area, but they have members from Bolingbrook, and people who don't live in the community necessarily are also members. Mr. Zach is a member. I know JT Baduras is a member, but they do a great job, and they've been doing it for a really, really long time. And I will tell you that like 99.9% of the money that they raise goes back to the kids, and that's what it's all about. So I don't know, don't hold me to that number, but most of it goes back to the kids, and they do a great job in the community. And they may be your neighbors, and you don't even know it, but they're good guys, so, and ladies as well. Announcements by the board, besides that one.
Just one announcement, and you did a nice lead-in. The Valley View Educational Enrichment Foundation, the dinner and auction is March 2nd this year on a Friday. It is earlier than in the past by about 2 or 3 weeks, so that you set that aside on your calendars. We hope to see all of you there. The theme is College Days.
What was the date again?
March 2nd.
And to piggyback on what Debbie just mentioned, we are always looking and soliciting for auction items from our schools.
Announcements by the administration. Dr. Mitchum.
I'd just like to welcome back the entire Valley View School District family, and I hope you had a very restful and good time with your family for the Christmas holidays.
Anyone else? I'd like to reiterate that. I hope everybody stayed safe and warm. It was a tough weather break that we've had. Thank our folks that are out there cleaning the sidewalks for events that were going on in during the break, and keeping the sidewalks clean and the buildings turned on and the pipes from not freezing. There was a school district up north I heard that cost them tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage due to a broken water pipe that also flooded their mechanical room or something, so that really messed up things. So we were fortunate to not have that happen, which is one of the reasons we spend money on keeping our facilities in a good quality condition. Any announcements by the public?
I was just going to say Happy New Year to everybody also, and hopefully you have a great 2018.
Agreed. No announcements by the public. A motion to adjourn would be in order. Oh,
I have one
Mr.
announcement.
Zach has a comment.
On January 20th, Romeoville Dugout Club is having at Strike and Spears in Lockport a bowling event. So hopefully some people could get out and sign up, could go onto the website. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Have a safe evening, and I'm going to say it because I would like to see somebody else win. Go Georgia.